With Truck.Pro, you get access to the best load board in the game, giving you the tools to find higher paying loads and streamline your operation. And right now, you can try the Pro plan free for 30 days, a $159 value. Click the link in the description to claim your free Pro plan and start making smarter moves for your trucking business today.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up? Good night. What's going on? Come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Friday night. Not expecting a lot of people because I know a lot of people it's tax season. It's tax season. So we got a lot of people that is, looking for information in the space. But Friday night, you gotta go stand on some couches. Gotta go spend some of that tax money at the club. So not expecting a lot of people tonight. But still wanted to get this out. I was up late. Actually, I was going to react to another video, and about 40 minutes ago, somebody in my Discord sent me this one to react to. I watched maybe like the first few minutes of it, then I kind of got the gist why they sent it to me. Normally people send me videos to react to because it's either something that they want some type of it's usually something crazy that they know I'm gonna have some fun with, or it's one of those damn this the shit you be talking about. So from the first few minutes, so this is like a 22-minute, 23-minute video. So like from the first 4 minutes that I watched, I could tell it's one of them. Damn, this what Mark be talking about videos. So we gonna get into it. Come on in. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to 5 Star. I ain't gonna hit the bullhorn because it's late, man. Y'all driving. Shout out to Kelvin Birch. Shout out to Irvin Lloyd. Yeah, this has been one of them weeks I was under the weather, so I haven't really been streaming that much. This week I've been sleeping most of the week, but I'm feeling better today. So let's get into this video. Without further ado, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Let's get to it.
I bought my cargo van in January of 2025, middle January, like January 18th. And so I've had it for almost a month now. And I'm gonna just go over you guys my thoughts on the cargo van business after my first month.
Maybe I should give this guy credit. The person is RJ the Catalyst. Um looks like he is a fairly new content creator. I saw a few videos on his channel, maybe like 10 videos. It looks like he just started creating content about a month ago. This is the only cargo van video that I saw. I don't think this is a cargo van channel. I just think he just did this one video. It's pretty much the other 9 or 10 videos that he has are kind of like motivational videos. I think one of them he was talking about depression. Depression, the cargo van, God, parents. So not really a cargo van content creator, but it's RJ the Callus. It looks like he got 11 subscribers.
So I bought my cargo van in January of 2025, middle January, like January 18th. And so I've had it for almost a month now. And I'm gonna just go over you guys my thoughts on the cargo van business after my first month. What's up, YouTube? It's RJ, man. So yeah, like always, I'm gonna keep the video short, man. I like to give as much information as possible and be motivational as possible, um, in the smallest amount of time. So I know a lot of people have like 15, 20-minute videos, but man, I know the type of videos I like to look at, and I like videos that give you information quickly. So I started my journey with the cargo van business in January. January 18th is when I purchased my first cargo van, right? And so it's been a month with it. I've had it for about a month. The issue was I couldn't get on with a contract until I actually had a vehicle. So if you guys are looking to purchase a cargo van, just understand that most contract places they're not even gonna look at you or talk to you until you actually have a van and have like a VIN number and a registration and insurance and stuff, right? Because everybody might say that they're gonna get a van, but a lot of people might not do it. So that's the one issue. One issue is that you have to get a van first before you can even apply to these companies. Now, it's some companies that you might can go to and you can do almost everything except have the van and all the information for the van. You might could just put in at a later time, but a lot of companies not willing to even invest their time and effort into you until they know that you actually have a van that you own. So that causes the issue. So I had to wait until I got my van. And once I got my van, I quickly started applying to all kind of different carrier companies, trying to find contracts, right? So I'm looking on Indeed, I'm looking on CB Driver, I'm looking on Zip Recruiter, I'm Googling, carrier companies in my state, doing everything that a lot of the YouTube people that I watch on YouTube tell you to do. And so some people contacted me back, some people didn't. A lot of carrier companies, they want you to have like $1 million insurance policy, which to me makes no sense, man, especially if you have a cargo van. And I'm telling a lot of carrier companies, like, look, I'm not trying to have like a whole bunch of freight. I
Look, man. Let me rewind that. Let me rewind that.
to do. And so some people contacted me back, some people didn't. A lot of carrier companies, they want you to have like $1 million insurance policy, which to me makes no sense, man, especially if you have a cargo van. And I'm telling a lot of carrier companies, like, look, I'm not trying to have like a whole bunch of freight. I
Requirements are requirements. You don't know what you're going to be hauling. They want to make sure that their cargo is well covered, well insured. Most companies ain't going to touch you nowadays without at least $1 million. Shit, back when I started, most companies wouldn't touch you without $1 million. So to me, it makes absolute sense because if you put your foot in the other person's shoes, you would want to make sure that the person that you're handing off your freight to is well insured. So it makes sense to me. I understand it. I don't see with me, I don't look at things just from my side. I look at it from the other side as well. So it makes sense to me. Doesn't matter, you're moving freight. Doesn't matter how much freight you're moving. You could be moving something on a pallet that's worth more than another person is moving 5 pallets. That shit that you got on one pallet may be worth than what the next person is moving on 5 pallets. You never know.
man, I don't want to have 5,000 pounds on it or anything like that, right? And
All right, so I mean, from the looks of it, I mean, I could be wrong. You guys may have a better eye than me. It looks like he has a standard cargo van. Doesn't look like an extended length van. Looks like a regular roof. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a medium roof. I can't really tell, but I can tell that it is a standard length van. So he's the amount of pallets that he wants is pretty much all he can fit anyway. he said he doesn't want a whole bunch of freight. Did he say he's not trying to be working like he's working? Did he say did he pull a Vernon? Did he pull a Vernon? Look, I ain't trying to be out here working like I'm working. Is that what he said? Did he pull a Vernon?
pallets. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to overwork. I don't want to overwork my van. I don't want to have. I, I want like one to two pallets. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to overwork. I don't want to overwork my van. I don't want to have, 5,000 pounds on it or anything like that, right? And I want to stay local. But a lot of these companies are asking that, you put them on with your insurance. You have a million.
So he said he don't want to overwork. He don't want to have 5,000 pounds. He want to stay local. So he got a lot of demands. He got a lot of demands to be on the new. He's on the new. He got a lot of demands. He don't want to do a lot of work. All right.
$1 policy, and that you have a limited radius on your insurance.
Hold on,
which
let's go back.
And them on with your insurance. But a lot of these companies are asking that, you put them on with your insurance. You have $1 million policy, and that you have a limited radius on your insurance, which again is crazy because I'm not trying to drive.
Listen, I don't understand what he thinks is crazy. What company is not going to want to be added to the insurance as additionally insured? They want you to have insurance, obviously, to make sure things are covered, and to ensure that you're going to have to add them as additionally insured, and or the certificate holder. I see why this was sent to me to react to. I see why, because he said he doesn't understand.
A lot of these companies are asking that, you put them on with your insurance. You have $1 million policy, and that you have a limited radius on your insurance, which again is crazy because I'm not trying to drive, over the road. So it's been an issue. It's been a time. I've gotten on with certain contracts, and
so it sounds like the companies that he's the people that he's signing up with probably have local and over the road, but if they do a mixture of both, they're probably doing more over the road stuff. So they want to make sure that they're signing up people to be flexible. It doesn't sound like he's signed up for any local courier companies. It doesn't sound like he signed up with any T-Forces or Watcos or Capstones for any parcel delivery. It sounds like he signed up with carriers that want to sign up people that have some flexibility. They'll tell you, yeah, we'll keep you local, but if nothing local presents itself, they want to make sure that you have that radius and you're flexible, and they can push it on you and hit. If you're in this business to make money and nothing local available, even if you don't want to, 9 times out of 10 they can lean on you at that point to go OTR because you need to make money because you got bills to pay.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna sometimes you want to not really out people. There's a company called Off Max Logistics. Off Max, OFF Max. And I went through the whole process with them. And the only reason I even went with this company is because instead of $1 million policy, they saying that you could have 750,000. So I'm trying to save because I just bought my truck. So I go on with this company. They're telling me that, I can make $1,500 to $2,500 a week, right? I'm asking them, do y'all have local work? Do y'all have regional work? Yes, we have that. We're taken care of. Okay, fine. I go through the whole process. And anybody that's been an owner operator, that the process is a process. Like, you literally have to, fill out applications. You have to call insurance companies. You have to change, the people on insurance companies. You have to take pictures of your van. You have to take pictures of your registration and insurance and upload all this stuff. You're going through interviews. So it's a process. It's like a week and a half or a week process. So you go through that whole process. I get on with the company. First week, every load that they send me is going far as fuck. Excuse my French. Far. You hear me? Like picking up in my state and driving to the point where it'll take me 2 days to get to the stop. Mind you, when I started, I told them I wanted local, like straight up local. I'm one of those people where I say everything up front so it's no confusion in the back end. So I told them I wanted local. I've been with this company leased on for almost 2 weeks now. Not once, no, once. Once they sent me a local run, and it was only 12 freaking miles. And then they was asking me like, what rate do I want? You know what I'm saying? Which I understand. Like a lot of times, it's a mental thing. They try to like send you all this stuff, then they send you something local and let you know like it's not like that, and you should try to go over the road. They'll try to convince you to take a load over the road. I have small kids. I have 3 kids, and I don't
Told
want
you.
to be away from my family. Period. Right? And so one of the reasons I even got a cargo van was because I wanted that freedom. I wanted to be able to choose my own schedule. I wanted to be able to like go do loads and I could be off at a certain time.
And see, that right there, he wanted that freedom. Freedom isn't free when you're starting. You have to buy your time. You can't expect to start a business and have freedom. Listen to that. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Any person that's built a business, um, a successful business, or they've gotten past, the jinx periods, year two, year one, year two, right? During those years, you're what's called building the foundation. There's nothing, there's no freedom there. You're going to be working harder than you ever worked in your life. The hardest thing you've ever done, the hardest job you've ever worked, the hardest company that you've ever worked for that you thought was the hardest wasn't the hardest until you start your own business. That right there is what gets people into trouble. I say it all the time. When you start a business, freedom does not come instantly. You have to buy your time back, and it takes years. It takes years and it takes sacrifice. You're not going to get it instantaneously. Nobody knows you exist. You're on the new. You go into a company, yeah, we're going to tell you whatever we need to tell you to get you to sign up because the more the merrier. But you own the new.
Try to go over the road. They'll try to convince you to take a load over the road. I have small kids. I have 3 kids and I don't want to be away from my family. Period. Right? And so one of the reasons I even
That's another thing. I ain't going to touch on that, though. I'm going to leave that one alone.
got a cargo van was because I wanted that freedom. I wanted to be able to choose my own schedule. I wanted to be able to like go do loads and I could be off at certain times. I don't want to miss my son's basketball games. I don't want to not be around for my daughter. I want to be able to talk to my kids every day, go through things that they might go through with.
I don't know if he really understood what he was getting into before he got into it. Even on a local level, it's still not a lot of guarantee. It's like based on what he's saying, it's kind of like he wants a 9 to 5 because it seems like he has commitments, basketball games and functions and things like that. But we all know, you could go do a pickup or go do a delivery and something goes awry, or something's not ready, or you're sitting at a place for hours waiting for them to get ready. You're sitting at places at hours waiting to drop off. And this is in all niches: moving, final mile, curbside, big and bulky, OTR. It sounds like he wants a 9 to 5. He wants to punch in at 9, punch out. He wants something that he knows when he started, and he knows when he finished. I hate to tell him that this ain't that industry. Even on a local level, your days are going to fluctuate. Like you're not gonna end at the same time every day.
But to choose my own schedule, I wanted to be able to like go do loads and I could be off at certain times. I don't want to miss my son's basketball games. I don't want to not be around for my daughter. I want to be able to talk to my kids every day, go through things that they might go through at school and everything with them. So it's very important to me to be a great father, right? And so this was all known. This was all known as far as with my interview and everything. Like I laid it all on the table. And like I said, it's been 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks. This is the third week, and still, they've been sending me just random shit. Like to a point where it's not. It doesn't even seem like they're sending me stuff for me. They're sending me just random items, picking up in another state, going to a whole another state that I'm not even in. So it's been frustrating. I had another company and they did a lot of parcel work. And so with them, you have to do like 150 stops. I'm 42 years old. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not trying to do 150 stops every fucking day. Not.
All right. So it looks like he did apply with 3PLs. And obviously the local work that he what will, 100% guarantee that he stays local won't guarantee what time he'll get off because every day, routes are different. But he doesn't want to do that work either. 42, 150 stops. Listen, that's what this industry entails. So, based on the first 7 minutes of this reaction, which is now I know why it was sent to me to react to. It's another classic example of everything I talk about. He didn't do any research. He jumped out the window with the van, probably watched clearly didn't watch my channel. He clearly didn't watch my channel. Watched a bunch of cargo van people that told him to go sign up for a load board. He can go do some this and that, some parcel shit. Didn't go into detail, and he thought it was going to be sweet. But it also sounds like he's not trying to do much work. He doesn't want to do the 3PL parcel delivery. Too many stops. I want to tell him something. 42 years old, 150 stops, 42 to jump out and drop off, packages the size of Amazon packages ain't shit. That ain't nothing. During the pandemic, I was 2020 through 2022, I was between 40 and 42. I had to get back on the truck from 2020 to 2022. So those 3 years, March of 2020 or April of 2020, after the 2 weeks, after the shutdown, middle of March, once our industry, after that 2-week shutdown was deemed essential, my black ass, after 7 years, had to come out and get back in the field. At 40 years old, I had to go lift heavy ass shit, and I had to do it. 2021, I was 41, lifting heavy ass shit, and it was tearing me down. But I had to meet the needs of the business. The government gave out a bunch of money. Y'all know the story. Wasn't a lot of people coming to work. I had to get out there and work. 42, 2022. Parcel packages ain't shit. I was lifting armoires. I remember a guy ordered a 300-pound statue. It was the 300 pounds head of Caesar. It was just a head. It was a 300-pound concrete head. And he wanted us to sit it on a mantle, which means we had to pick this 300 pounds up and extend our arms out and put it on the post. I'm 42 fucking years old. So to drop off envelopes, you got the van now. You got to meet the needs of the business. It don't sound like he want to do no work. I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him.
To do like 150 stops. I'm 42 years old. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not trying to do 150 stops every fucking day. Like, not at all. Like it's just not, it's not what I'm trying to do, right? So it's been frustrating, man. It's been frustrating, and I always want to give everyone motivation, right? I want to always inspire people, and now it's to a point where I just want to inspire someone to do something entrepreneurial, but just make sure that you have a real game plan if you do get a cargo van. And what I mean by game plan is I mean that you have a plan that it doesn't take somebody else to make your money for you. You don't have to get on with a company. You don't have to use apps. You don't have to use gigs and all this other stuff to make income. If you can find a way to utilize your cargo van to the point where you can direct your income. You know what I'm saying? Even if you find load boards, and that's another thing. I signed up for, load boards as well. DAT didn't have anything for cargo vans. Most of their loads on DAT board is mainly for big trucks.
He don't know how to search. He don't know how to search.
123 load board, they have a category for cargo vans, but it seems to never have anything in my area, in my state. So it's just been frustrating, and I think that a lot has to do with the state that I'm in as well, because the state that I'm in, it seems to not have a lot of carriers in the state, and it seems not to have a lot of work and everything. And
Goes back to what I say as well, business plan. Part of your business plan is researching your market analysis. Supposed to know this before you go out and buy your equipment. But like I always talk about, people go buy the equipment, structure the business, then get in and figure all this stuff out, and then this happens. So
I have to think outside the box, and I'm just trying to help whoever is considering getting a cargo van to start thinking about that now, because now my first note is due, next week, but I haven't made any income with my van. So that alone is frustrating. Now, if anybody knows me, know that I'm all about motivation and inspiration. If you look at my other videos, I'm always trying to inspire people just to keep going, just to get past adversities, just to get through hard times in their lives. That's where my passion is at. I do cargo vans for income, for freedom, to be able to create my own income and make as much as little as I choose to, right? But my passion has always been to motivate, right? To inspire. And so even with this post, I still want to inspire people to do stuff entrepreneurial. I still want to inspire people to purchase a cargo van. And I do honestly believe that a cargo van could be very, very, very lucrative, especially in the right niche, in the right area, for the right company. Like, you can make a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, doing that. You just have to find it. You have to find your niche. You have to find something that if your area doesn't have a lot of carrier companies and stuff, or a lot of work that way, you have to find like a niche or something where, whether it's moving, whether it's hauling event space, items, whether it's moving mattresses, picking up old mattresses and reselling them, like whatever you can do, you're gonna have to try to figure that out before you even get the van. And there are companies that will talk to you, and you should let them know, like, I'm looking at this type of van. I do have everything set up. I have my down payment. I already talked to someone. I'm just trying to make sure that I get on with a company. As soon as I'm trying to work the next day after I purchase my van, I want to work that next day. And that's what I would change. Because I hear a lot of gurus saying that, you can help somebody that was before you, that, was one step before you. So since I just purchased this van, My goal is to help anyone that's thinking about purchasing a van and making sure that they are good as soon as they get their van. I got my van on the 18th. I should have started, and that was a Saturday. I should have started working on the 20th. I should have been able to like have something in order for me to work on the 20th, right? But I didn't. And so on the 20th, I started applying everywhere, and I started giving my VIN number and giving all my information and everything, and I started applying everywhere. And that whole week, that whole first week was just me trying to get on with a contract, just because I want it to be to where I'm getting calls on loads. I don't have to look for it. And so just noticing that process. Okay, this company. Okay, it took me 3 days to try to get on with this company. Now I got a roadblock. They told me this. I don't like that. So now I'm going to another company. Now that's going to take me 3 to 5 more days. Like, and so it's such a process to get on with them. And that's why a lot of people just try to do the gig apps, because you can easily hurry up and put all your information in, and it's like a computer system that just analyzes everything. They don't require you to have a whole bunch of commercial insurance or anything like that. But you do have to understand that you're not picking up real lucrative loads. With gig apps, you make more money when you're stacking the apps. You pick up something from Roadie on this app, then you go to Curry, you pick it up on this app, then you know what I'm saying, and they go around the same area. The problem with me is that the state that I stay in, Curry doesn't have anything. Deliver That doesn't have anything. Freight doesn't have anything. Um, what else? One I was looking at, Delivered doesn't have anything. They all four of them are saying that we don't have any runs in your area, and we will let you know. And I'm on waiting list for all of them. So just understand that you need to know if your state or if your city has work. So what I would do is I would download these apps before I even get my cargo van. Download Roadie, download Deliver That, download Delivered, download Curry, download Zifty. You know what I'm saying? Like, download all these apps that all these YouTubers are telling you about, um, and go through the whole process of just seeing if you can find out if they even have work in your area. Because that's the big issue. Like, if I could get all these apps, and if all 4 or 5 of these apps were in my area, I think I would be fine. I wouldn't even have no issues. I would use the apps to pick up loads here and there and here and there. And as of right now, Roadie is the only one that has shown any.
What I told y'all about them apps. See, he thinking if the apps was available in his area, or if he was off the waiting list, he thinking he would be straight with just the apps. And we know that's not true. We know that's not true. This guy don't got no idea. He has no idea. He has no idea. Apps are to supplement something that's dedicated. If he had the apps, he would be in the same boat that all the gig tubers are in and been complaining about for the past 30 to 60 days. It would be no different. Because a gig app is what it sounds like, gig. It's not something that you can build on. Just like anything else is based on supply and demand. And it's a gig. We've seen what has gone on with the gig apps over the past years, and we saw last year a couple of them took a turn. And for the carriers, for the worse, right? These gigs aren't, and they never planned on continuing to give these high rates. I talked about it before, but nobody listened. The reason why they were giving high rates for years were to appease the service provider. Listen, we're promoting to a consumer or to a retailer. They're pumping it, people are using it. So we have to meet the demand, right? We got consumers using it. We have to make sure we have enough suppliers. What's a good tactic to make sure we can onboard enough suppliers and keep them? Pay them handsomely. Once we get everybody accustomed to using the service, we can slowly increase the rate for the consumers and slowly lower the rates for the service provider. Why? Because guys like him that have gone out and bought a van, or guys prior to him, years prior, that have went out and bought a van, that were basking in those high rates, that thought they were going to last forever, that have quit their jobs and built businesses around the gig economy, are stuck now. So as they lower rates, yes, they complain and they say, oh, this sucks, that sucks, but they're still forced to do it because they have no other alternative. But they should have seen it coming and they should have known. A great example is Uber. One of the greatest examples of the gig economy that's been around for over a decade is Uber. Uber, over the past 5, 6, 7 years, has slowly increased the rates for the passenger and decreased the pay for the drivers. Why? Because they're trying to find that sweet spot for profitability. They still haven't turned over a profit. Out of all these years, I say it all the time, one quarter, Q4 2023, those 3 months, October, November, December of 2023, was the only quarter that Uber has been profitable since what, 09? Uber Eats is profitable, Uber Freight is profitable, but the company that started it all, which was the rideshare company, still hasn't found that sweet spot of profitability. So what do you think they're going to continue to do? They're going to continue to raise rates for passengers, and they're going to continue to lower rates for drivers. People are going to complain, but guess what? They have no choice now. Why? Because they've driven out the cab industry. So the passenger, which is the consumer, has no choice. A lot of the rideshare drivers, especially the black service car drivers, are former cab drivers. These were guys that were owner operators for taxi cabs, and they've transitioned over to the black car service, and some of them have transitioned over to, you know, just regular economy ride share. But this is all they know, and we know they're not going to budge because when Minneapolis said, "Look, you got to start paying the drivers more, or else," Uber and Lyft said, "All right, then we just won't offer services in that city anymore." And they said, "Come May 1st of last year, we're gonna leave. We're not gonna have rideshare. Figure it out. Ain't no taxi cab companies there no more. We just gonna leave altogether. We're not paying more money. We'll just leave." Eventually, the city had to fall in line with the rideshare and was like, "All right, well, the hell with it then," because that's going to disrupt how people get around in that city. Because I mean, Minneapolis, they have a transit system, but it's not like a robust transit system like a New York or Chicago or LA. So he even if he could get onto these gig apps, it still wouldn't be sustainable.
any any kind of loads to me, and all roadie loads are trash. Just being real with you, all roadie loads are absolute trash to a point where you can make money on roadie if you pick it up with something else. Like if I had like delivered that and roadie, I could use both of them because I might have like a load that's picking up from deliver that might pay a couple $100, and roadie paying like $30 or $40, but I can at least pick up if it's in the area. That way I can make an extra $30 or $40 going to the next area. You know what I'm saying? But as far as just using roadie by itself, that shit trash, like straight up. So I wouldn't recommend it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't want to make this video long. I just want to try to help as many people as possible. And I'm feeling down about it right now. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, I could feel down about it and just have a messed up day, or I can try to inspire or give some information to somebody who might be about to go through the same situation. And it might make me feel better knowing that I possibly helped somebody not have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm trying to do. So, like I said, before you even get your vehicle, because of course you got to make sure your credit is right. You got to make sure you have down payments and all that. And if you leave a comment in the comment, I can help you out get that situated. Because I wind up like getting my credit situated and stuff, and being able to get my van, even though I had like bad credit just last year, right? So there are processes that you can go through to make sure you have at least enough credit to where you can go and buy your van, right? And it's different processes and all that type of stuff as well. But make sure that you do build your credit. Before you even get your van, just try to make sure that you contact all these different carrier companies in your area. Now, there are a lot of carrier companies that's like in different places and all this other stuff. And between me and you, it's a lot of people that's doing shit from their home, right? And so don't be fooled by going on Indeed thinking that these carrier companies are like legit companies when they're kind of startup companies. They're companies that they do the same shit that everybody else do. They go on leaderboards, they find loads, and they send it to all their drivers and just see who's going to accept it. That's all. And that's all OffMax is doing to me. And I was an owner operator for a long time doing semi trucks, so I know the whole game. So when I'm seeing them send me random stuff, I kind of know that y'all don't have like a direct link with carrier companies, with shippers. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to find somebody who has like a direct link with certain shippers. And so these guys are just going on load boards and just like finding loads in your area and just sending it to you. You know what I'm saying? And then whenever you contact them back, then they try to call the shipper and see if they can negotiate, which isn't the way to go. Like you should have your own shippers as a carrier company, and you find drivers and you just continuously make sure the drivers are moving. See, a lot of these companies, they want to just have like 20, 30 drivers and just start sending random shit to everybody, when you should, if you're starting like a carrier company, you should have like 5 legit drivers and have like 2 accounts, just to make sure that you're constantly working those 2 accounts. Then once you get those 2 accounts, then you move on to something else. And mind you, that's something that I might need to do in the future, because I'm not having too much luck with these carrier companies and gigs and stuff. So it might be something that I might have to do in the future. So like I said, that might be.
And this is an example of a person not understanding how the other side of the business works. This is why, you got to kind of understand how the other side of the business works. Uh, he's kind of talking on something from the other side that he really doesn't know. Um, people are in this to make money, so uh, people are going to make sure that obviously the more resources that an individual has, the more opportunity for money they make. I don't think he understands that. And this is probably why he's struggling, because he doesn't understand the other side of the business. This is why he's saying things like, uh, what was he saying at the beginning? He doesn't understand why they want this, and he doesn't understand. He told them that he wanted to stay local, but they haven't given him anything local. He doesn't really understand how the other side of the business works. And if he doesn't educate himself, he's going to continue to struggle, and he's going to continue to complain. Um, because things aren't working out the way he wants them to work out. In his mind, it seems like coming in, he had a vision in his mind that he was going to get a cargo van and he was going to do things the way he wants to do things. But and that's how I know he didn't watch my channel, because he would have got a real dose of reality. Like, pimp, it don't work like that, especially when you on the new. So sad, man.
Something that I look forward to doing somewhere down in the future. Um, it does take a lot of legwork to find like a shipper and companies and stuff, but that's basically what you're looking for. So if you're calling these contractors and calling these companies, just make sure that you ask them like, or do you have direct links with these shippers, or are you working off a load board? And just pray to God that they be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had people lie to me, right? And nothing to not being racist or anything like that, but a lot of these people, they're getting like VAs from other places, because even with off max, everybody that I talk to has an accent. They don't even sound like they're in America, right? And then every time they send me a load, it's from a different number. It's from different numbers, which also lets me know that most likely they're contracting their VAs, or just their dispatchers through a company overseas or something like that, which sucks, which is absolutely wrong. It's all messed up. You know what I'm saying? Not that they find somebody, because I do believe in VAs, like especially if you have like certain businesses to where it's customer service and they'll call you and direct you to where, I mean, you call a business and you talk to a VA and they direct you to like where you need to go, or something like that. But as far as dispatching in the United States, but you're out of state, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, because that should let you know that most likely they're not going to be able to get in contact with, or you're not going to be able to get in contact with them when you really need to. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Anyway, just make sure that if you do find a company, that hopefully they're getting direct shippers. You know what I'm saying? They have a direct link. They can actually call somebody. They know who they are, and stuff like that. That will be my biggest thing. And that's what I'm looking for now. Now I'm looking for more so finding carriers or dispatchers that actually have direct links with shippers, and not just looking off a load board. Because if they're looking off a load board, I can do that as well. If I'm just going to look at random shit and just be going anywhere, I can do that as well. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't want it to be long. I think it's already probably too long, but I just wanted to help as many people as possible, man. And if you're thinking about getting into a cargo van business, just do your due diligence, man. Don't be so excited about trying to get to the money, which that's what I was doing, and you not even have like an actual game plan. So if I can go back, if I could have gone back, one of my issues with my van was I was trying to hurry up and get it because it was a good deal, but I would have prepared way before I even got the van. Like in my mind, I knew I was going to get a van in January. So November and December, I should have just been like hitting the ground running. But I was more so focused on trying to make income. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even thinking more so of setting up the van. I was thinking more so of I'm going to get a van, but I don't even know what I'm going to do with the van. But right now, I have to figure out how to pay bills. So if you can do that, it'll be beneficial to you. I promise you. If you do like these videos, if you do like this kind of video, most of my videos are straight motivation and helping people get over, adversities and stuff. Especially like teens and kids without parents, and, parents that have kids that's trying to help their kids get through stuff. But I do own a cargo van business. So, of course, I would still try to give as much information as possible on this. Or possibly start another channel that deals with just cargo vans, and this side deals with inspiration. But I don't know right now. I'm trying to figure it out. I really want to master at least one channel before I think about trying to do multiple and all this other stuff. But like I said, if this helps you, or if you need any more information about the cargo van business, if you need any information about building your credit, if you need any information, you know what I'm saying, about finding carriers, just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Leave a comment in the comments, man. Hopefully you guys subscribe. And it'll be more content like this, man. And it'll get better. It'll get more informational. It'll get more in depth about a lot of things. But I just want to kind of get that off my chest and hopefully help as many people as possible. All right? I love you guys.
So if I could talk to that guy, first thing I would tell him is I would tell him he got to work. It was a bunch of. Is this a new video? For Millionaire McQueen? Man, we might have a double bubble tonight. Is that a new one? First thing he got to do is work. I don't think he want to work. He don't want to do this. He don't want to do that. He don't want to do this. He don't want to do that. From what it sounds like, based on his personal life with his family, his best bet is going to be working at a 3PL, doing what he said he doesn't want to do also, which is the parcel deliveries, those 100 stops a day. He said 150 stops. I think he kind of exaggerated that, because if there's not much opportunity in his market or anything else, like he said, then I doubt they got 150 stops. It's probably more like 100 stops, to be honest. But that's what he's going to have to do. If he wants to be at home and he wants to go to soccer games and all this other stuff like he talked about, he's going to have to do the parcel package delivery. He's going to have to take his 42-year-old self and hop in and out of that van 100 plus stops a day. He got no other choice. And then he's probably going to complain about that, because that's probably not going to pay him what he wants to pay. So that means he's going to have to supplement after that dedicated route with gig apps. So even still, he's going to probably be out more than he would like to. That was a classic example of investing into something that you don't understand. It's clear that he didn't do enough research, obviously, based on everything he was talking about, from the expectations to even a lack of market understanding the market. He didn't do a market analysis. It's clear he didn't do a business plan. And this is why it's imperative that you do everything. And I know a lot of people don't like when I tell them that. And I understand, who was it? Metro Lighting Logistics sent me this video about 2 hours ago. I understand why they sent it to me, to react to it. I know a lot of people don't like, Mark, what I gotta do a business plan for that reason right there. Mark, why I gotta do a market analysis? For that reason right there. For that reason right there. So you don't waste your time, so you don't waste your money, so you don't be running around here 2 months later when your first payment is due, like he said, and he hasn't made any money. And this whole freedom thing that everybody is chasing because these content creators are selling this dream, clearly ain't shit free. Especially at the beginning. You have to pay for freedom. That freedom that everybody wants, where you sit at home and do nothing and there's just money somewhere, that money still has to be generated. You have to create enough streams of revenue or create enough money that the money is working for you. But first, to have money work for you, you have to work for money. See, this is the part that they favorite content creators and they gurus ain't telling them. They ain't telling them that. Oh, I want freedom. You got to buy freedom. Freedom ain't free. Dang, I wasn't even expecting to cook this early in the morning. Freedom ain't free. Just because free is in the word freedom don't mean it's free. You got to buy that shit. You're buying your time back. There's work, especially at the beginning. All he said is what he did not want to do. I'm 42. I ain't trying to be working. He got the Vernon syndrome. I ain't trying to be working like I'm working. What do people think business is? I don't get it. Shout out to who sent me that? Metro Lightning Logistics sent me that. Yeah, if it's other videos you want me to react to, I'll react to them. Just hit me up in the Discord, and I'll react to them. What that one didn't take that long. How long I've been on? An hour. I guess I could react to. I could react to one more video. I could react to one more. Let's see. Excuse me. Hold on, let me see something. Shout out to Costas. What's up, Costas? 200 stops? Shoot, that's what UPS and FedEx do. They do like 200 stops. High stop count routes like that are mostly driver release, no sit-in stops at households and date. Yeah, to me, if I was him, I would definitely do the parcel delivery. I would do the parcel delivery. I mean, you're just hopping in and out of the van. Whoop de doo, no big deal. It's about as best as he gonna get if he want to stay close to home. Ain't nothing else he gonna get that's gonna stay that close to home. That and it don't sound like he want to do too much lifting or too much touching or too much work. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like I be lost out here in these streets with what people be thinking nowadays. But yeah, that was the video that was sent for me to react to. Sometimes if they can't finish them, someone helps them in their stops. That's for DSP. Yeah, sometimes they'll send a recovery to kind of recover some of that freight and then go help them out. Any other videos that anybody want me to react to? Five Star said the guy didn't motivate him. Any other videos that anybody got that they want me to react to? Let me see. Anything popped up in my feed? It said rates down, so you back home. Did McCree release another bit? No, I just went and looked. No, that was a that was that was a thumbnail of an older video that I probably just didn't watch, or I did, or yeah, I didn't watch it. There was a video that came out earlier today. Um, that was about Kirk. That was false information. I guess I could talk about that. It was false information. Video came out about Kirk today. It was false information from another content creator. During that Wiseman podcast episode the other day when Kirk pulled out that money, a content creator said that Kirk did not stop the vehicle. That was incorrect information. I did go back and watch that video, and I slowed it down. And matter of fact, I'll pull it up. He 100% did stop the vehicle. Hold on. I'll play it here. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. Where's that? The podcast. All right. So somebody put a video earlier today saying at this part that Kirk um didn't stop the vehicle. So let's take a look at it.
I love this part. Let me get a water, Mark. Hold on. Let me get a
Whoa.
water. Hold on.
Hold
Bro,
on.
is
Hold
the
on,
truck
Mark.
driving
Let me
on
get
its
a water.
own? What's going on, bro? Did you park the truck?
Let me show you. Hold on. Hold on, Mark. Hold on, Mark.
What's
You gonna
going
love
what's
this.
going
Oh,
on?
trust me.
What's going on
Oh,
here?
hold on. You gonna love this part. Let me get a water, Mark. Hold on. Let me get a
Whoa.
water.
So it looked like he put the parking brake on. So let's look one more time.
Hold on. You gonna love this part. Let me get a water, Mark. Hold on. Let me.
What's going on here?
Hold on. You gonna love this part. Let me get a water, Mark. Hold on. Let me get a
Whoa.
water. Hold on.
Bro, is
Hold
the
on,
truck
Mark.
driving
Let me
on
get.
All right, so he stopped the vehicle. Now, content creator said he didn't. I think later on, he said some people in the comment section challenged him and said he stopped the vehicle. Now, that person was trying to pull it up. They were having some technical difficulties, some buffering issues. We got all the high tech shit over here. We're not gonna have those types of issues. Uh, what we're gonna do though, we're gonna slow it down though. We're gonna slow it down. We want to make sure. We want to make sure. Let's slow it all the way down, big dog. Let's slow it all the way down.
So what's going on, bro? Did you park?
Now, pay attention to this window right here.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get a water. Let me get a water.
Hold on.
Oh,
Let me get a water.
Now look right there. You see those?
This is what.
See those vehicles that just went past? Let's slow it down a little bit more. Let's slow it down a little bit more.
Water.
You saw those vehicles right there go
This
past?
is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. Oh,
Let me get a water.
Right there. There go one went past, and there go another one. So the truck, I'll do it one more time. You can watch those lights. For some reason, even though it's slow, those.
Let me get a water.
Oh,
Let me get a water.
There go one, there go two.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
So he definitely pulled the vehicle over.
Shit, I keep telling you. Listen, Mark. Listen.
Man, Kurt
Listen,
said,
Mark.
man, yeah, that man told Mark,
Hold
I'm a
on, Mark.
back door. You saw
Hold
me
on.
shady? You think I
Hey,
back door you?
Ricardo.
Damn.
Hey, Ricardo. Look at this. Ricardo, this is $30,000. I can buy 5 of your fucking international.
So he definitely stopped the truck. The content creator was having some issues with buffering and I don't know. But we gonna help him out. We got we don't have those. So he definitely stopped the vehicle. I don't know why he would think an individual like with a semi truck. This guy got a wife, 2 little bitty kids at home. I don't think anybody would just let the truck drive down the highway to go pull out some money to show it to a guy in the comment section. So Kirk is he's I don't even think he saw it. He had a lot of stuff to do today, and he's kind of been off the grid. He was kind of off the grid today, so I know he didn't see it. So I just thought that, you know, I would, you know, uh, correct that. Vehicle was definitely stopped, as you can see right there. Yeah. So Costa said you got a big problem with Kurt. You ain't the only one, Costas. You're gonna have to get in line. The truck with the lights was moving. That truck with the lights was definitely moving because I slowed this video all the way down, and those lights still flew past, going in the same direction. Um, as Kurt, the vehicle was definitely at a stop. So Costa says that's what that person's video is about. Yep, that's what it was about. Uh, yep, he definitely pulled the parking brake. Um, yeah, that was kind of clear as day. Him pulling the parking brake. That was clear as day. Mm, 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 mm.
Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on, Mark. Hold on, Mark. You gonna love
What's
this.
going
Oh,
on?
trust me.
What's going on here?
Hold on, you gonna love this, Mark. Let me get a water,
He
Mark.
pulled the
Hold
parking
on. Let me.
brake right there. Then got up. He pulled over, stopped, pulled the parking brake. Oh, y'all didn't see it? I didn't share it. Did y'all see it?
And come on my live and say he got his own truck. Then he flew. Yeah.
You
Hold
finna
on.
show, bro. Hold on,
Hold on.
hold on.
Hold on a
No,
minute.
what you
Then you
finna
want to
show?
pull up.
Hold
Oh,
on.
no, hold on. Hold
Yo,
on, Mark. No, no,
what
no.
you pulling up?
No, 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 no,
What
no, no, no,
the
no.
fuck?
Hold on, hold on.
What you
You
finna
wanna
do?
pull up? Let me pull up on you, nigga. Let me pull over, Mark. Give me 2 minutes. Let me
What
show
you
you.
finna?
Let me show you. Hold on, Mark. Hold on, Mark. You gonna love
What's
this.
going
Oh,
on?
trust me.
What's going on
Oh,
here?
hold on, you gonna love this, Mark. Let me get a water, Mark.
So that's
Hold
why he
on, let me
pulled
get a
over and
water.
pulled the
Hold
parking
on.
brake. So he pulled the brake. He pulled over. So, how to start a box truck business with no money in 2025? That's a video? How to start a box truck business with no money? Isaiah, is this something I'm gonna desecrate? You said, am I doing a Wiseman call on Monday? I don't know. Supposedly, hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. If so, you gonna call in? You gonna call in? I said maybe, hopefully, we'll see. But if so, you gonna call in for it? Uh, What's your issue with Kirk, Costas? Why don't you call in? Why don't you call in and talk to me now? I'll let you talk to me about whatever you want to talk about. I won't even I won't even I won't even poke you. Pause. What's your issue? Or you want to wait till Monday? I didn't drop the link, did I? Well, I guess I'll drop it now, just in case. Only been on an hour. We'll try to go 2 hours. Uh, let's see. I'll pin it. I don't know, Zay. I think this video gonna be like similar videos when people make this shit. Personal loans and business, personal lines of credit, shit like that. Shit that I necessarily wouldn't recommend a person to do. I wouldn't recommend a person to do it. I wouldn't recommend a person to do it. Yeah, sound like it's gonna be the same shit. All right, Costas. Hopefully we do it Monday. Humberto said, "What's the number to call in?" It ain't no number. It's a link. It's pinned to the top. It's a link pinned to the top. You should see it pinned, or that link that's right here. It's pinned to the top. It's not a number. It's a link. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on that one. It looks like it's the same shit. Same shit, different day. No, I did that one. I didn't have no more to do. Umberto, you calling in or what? Is this Jesus Christ with his hat broke off? Is that supposed? Who was that? Who was that guy supposed to be in the thumbnail? Is that supposed to be Jesus with a broke off Kansas City hat? Or a version of Jesus? We waiting on Humberto to call in. Humberto, you calling or what? If not, then I'm gonna get out of here because I already came and did what I planned on doing. You say you just like to pick because he repping the town. All right. Shout out to Kansas City. Shout out to Kansas City. All right. Anybody got any questions? If not, then I'm gonna shake it. I just came on to react to that video. No, it's cool. I reacted to a video, a cargo van video. I didn't really have shit else to talk about after the reaction. Somebody said I guess they want to call in, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna give them another few minutes to see if they're gonna call in. If not, then I'm gonna shake it. I'm gonna shake it up out of here. You dig? Ain't too much to talk about right now in the space. Shit. Well, it actually is a lot to talk about. The reason why, one, I haven't been talking that much this week. I was sick, and then two, it's just a lot of bad news, man. Like a lot of people are failing right now. That you expect. You know what I'm saying? January kind of wipes out a bunch of people, and a lot of people are failing. Like I got a bunch of horror stories this week. Uh, all right, Humberto, you going to try? All right. Well, link is pinned to the top of the chat. Just go ahead and click the link, put your name in, and I'll bring you up. Yeah, a lot of horror stories. I've heard, trucks being taken to uh, truck breakdowns. I had a guy with a broke down truck that got an estimate of 52 grand. Uh, Similar scenario like I give on my live streams, broke down in the middle of nowhere. Well, either he really wasn't in the middle of nowhere. He was in a city, but still the toll was a grand to the nearest truck stop. He had to book a hotel. He sat there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday was a holiday. Tuesday, he sat there 7 days and only to get a quote for $52,000. So it was more stories too. Just a lot of bad news this week. Yo, hello, yo, we heard. Yo, what's up? He called and he didn't say nothing. Oh, here he is again. Yo, what's up?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up? Are you driving right now?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was gonna say turn your light on. I just need to see you real quick, just to make sure that you're not like a funny person. It'd be some
No,
weirdos.
the thing is that I'm not too familiar with all this stuff, so that's why I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, what's going on, big dog?
Nah, man, I'm just calling in just to appreciate your information. I just started watching your videos not too long ago,
Okay,
so I just wanted to
appreciate
try
you.
this out. How to do it. I've never done this before. I just
Okay.
watch my entertainment during the road.
Oh, what do you
So
drive? What are you driving?
I I do reefer.
Semi.
Yeah, semi reefer.
Okay. How long you been doing
Yeah,
it?
the over the road on and on. Well, right now I'm going like on 3 years, but I've been involved in the semis since 2010.
Mm.
I did the
I
oil field, a lot of oil field in Texas,
mm
and then I started doing over the road.
I got a lot of semi guys that watch my channel, which I'm
Yeah.
surprised because I'm not really a semi content creator, but a lot of semi truck guys watch my
Well,
channel.
well, that's what I was thinking about because I see a lot of van. The topics you be talking about van like I guess owner
I do.
operators doing the van. So I was
Yeah, I do
just.
van and box truck, mostly box truck though.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
Hmm.
And I was just curious, it's like, just listening,
Hmm.
not trying to get no, just listening to you guys.
Yeah, that's
But
cool. That's
and
cool.
but but that's what you do then. You used to do box and cargo van or what?
Yeah, so I owned a moving company and a trucking company, Final Mile, specialized in Final Mile for years, and
Oh, okay.
then I retired in 2022.
Oh, okay, nice, nice. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, man, appreciate it, man. It's beautiful, man. So now I
Have you
just
ever done?
go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead. You got it.
Have you ever done or know people in the semis in the flatbed?
Oh yeah, there was a guy that parked at my yard named Ron. He had a flatbed. He was actually my tenant, but yeah, yeah, I know people in the
Yeah,
flatbed.
because that's what I want to jump into, but I don't know. Yeah, just don't know too much. I mean, I got a little experience. I did work, but it was like 2 3 months, and then
Mhm.
I was I got out of it because I didn't know the road, and I was like getting I guess frustrated with
Mhm.
the road. Didn't know the road situation, and
Mhm.
doing road and flatbed. So I went back to the oil field. But then I
Mm.
just grew. I was a little bit younger. I'm not
Mhm.
that young. I'm 45. I was a little bit younger, and now I got about 3 years over the road, so I'm more experienced.
Yeah. You started in what
And
year?
I want,
2010, you said?
yeah, 2010
That's when I started.
in the in
2010.
the oil
Yeah.
field,
Okay.
and then in
Okay.
20 in 2010, you see, like a lot of the content, everybody be pushing, not pushing, right, but like owner operator and freedom and all that, and
Mhm.
it's like what you say, it's a true statement. We don't think about all that stuff because I'm in the same situation, but with the
Mhm.
semi that I've had parked for 3 years already. But I'm
Wow.
starting to get it back rolling here, here in the near future.
So you're a company
Because
driver now.
yeah, right now I am. I work for a small fleet,
Mhm.
four truck strong,
Okay.
and basically it's a dedicated. I go to the same from South Texas to New Jersey, back to Ohio, and back down to Texas.
Okay. Why'd you
So
park?
because truck took a shit, and right around 19, right where in COVID. So then I parked that. I did an in frame on it, and that like about 6 months into 2019, like maybe 2020, I got it fixed or so.
Mhm.
Then I went over the road with it by
Mhm.
myself. I leased onto a company,
Mhm.
and that wasn't working out too good. So then I parked it, and then so the oil field basically kind of, it's still a good truck, and it's not all destroyed, and bumper falling down, and lights hanging out, but the back roads, the dirt roads, it really took a toll on the truck. So I had a little miscellaneous and not enough money,
Mm.
and since the beginning I had issues with it. I would work 2 3 weeks, maybe a month, and then go home and invest two three
Mhm.
two two and a half hundred on it. You know,
Okay.
like every 2 3 weeks to a month, because
Okay.
the oil change and little issues with it. Like you said, like I was watching that video you just posted about that van guy, that
Yeah.
wants to chill out and not do too much, but Nah, you can't do that.
Nope.
You gotta you gotta go out, you know, and and that's the way I was. So basically, it kind of by the end, it basically took a financial and you know, stress toll on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I see
Mm-hmm.
it. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of got like out of. I like, ah, man, forget this. And then so then I fixed it, and I only did the in frame in it. So then I took it back out. I worked with a company that was doing over the road and the oil field, and I did the over the road with them for a while. I put my truck
Mm-hmm.
back in there into the field, and the camshaft and the top took a shit. The
Mm-hmm.
camshaft and the rockers went out. So that was like in 21, and
Mm-hmm.
since then I've had it parked. But I just turned it on. I just turned it on last week,
What kind of
and
truck is it?
didn't have. It's a 2011 386 Peterbilt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I'm gonna get back rolling. I'm saving the bills and all that stuff. Getting back on track. So for anybody out there, they got to do their homework and like that dude right now, the video you're posting,
Mm-hmm.
do your homework and know what you're gonna do with that vehicle because that insurance and that 2290 and all that, all that's costly. Repairs.
I don't think a lot of
I just
people
want you.
understand. I don't think a lot of people understand. Excuse me, what they're getting into. A lot of people invest into things without having a full understanding of it. Like I see
Yeah,
that
yeah. I
so
I did
much.
that. That's what I did. That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I did. But at least I shot it, where I knew where I was gonna go, but I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
the the responsibility of it. The
Mm-hmm.
maintenance and the paperwork and
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
The money, the company that you're trying to get into, or are they gonna pay a good percentage, or
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff. That oil change, you got to keep that oil change, constant. It's very important, that oil
Yeah.
change.
Yep. Yeah, man. Well,
So,
I hope you get your truck back up and running soon.
oh yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna get back at it. But yeah, I like your videos, man. They're even though they're not, you you're a straight shooter, and that's a lot of people don't understand. You know,
Mhm.
they wanna, I don't know, who knows what they want, but it's gotta be
People want
realistic about
people
things.
people want to be pacified,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
exactly.
and a lot of people just really don't understand what business entails, and a lot of these guys they just a lot of these guys that's talking online, YouTube or whatever, Instagram, TikTok, a lot of them that actually are in the business that sugarcoat, they haven't been in long enough to even really fully understand
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
what it
yeah.
what it what it takes. Like I just just like listening to that guy that I reacted to, I, I don't understand, me personally, I don't understand why people think starting a business is like the moment you start it, you're gonna have like this instant
Le-
gratification, like he was saying, this freedom.
Leisure and vacation. No,
Like
no,
how,
you got to
like,
bust.
you got it right, and the hardest work you'll do within your business is going to be at the beginning because you got to build it.
Right,
So
exactly,
freedom,
exactly.
like for me to retire, I had to bust my behind. I had to bust my
Oh yeah,
behind to
yeah,
get to
definitely.
where, and not only did I have to bust my behind, I had to make a lot of sacrifices,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of those sacrifices that I made, now I'm working on doing some of the things that I guess
That
normal
helped you
people.
back when.
It helped me because I was able to focus and just I could spend 20 hours a day working on a business. I might have not been physically there at the office, dealing with things, but even when I was at home, I'm still taking calls, or I'm problem solving problems that happened earlier in the day that have to be rectified the next day.
Right,
Your
right.
brain is always thinking about business,
Always
especially
moving.
right, especially when you're at scale. And I made a lot of uh sacrifices that people in their 30s are, starting a family, building a family, and I
Right.
sacrificed all
Yeah.
that to just work. Uh,
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
I had an exit strategy, which I was able to move my exit date up a couple years early thanks to the pandemic. I was able to exit earlier thanks to, to be honest with you, I'll tell you, thanks to a lot of the ignorance that came into the industry that time. I was able to
Yeah.
take advantage of a lot of that ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And
Right. Right.
sell off assets at an appreciated value
Uh huh.
after a decade of having these trucks, which
Wow.
never
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
So taking advantage of
Right.
a once in a lifetime opportunity, I
Yeah.
I
And
had to
that's
take it.
what I should have done. That's what I should have
Hmm.
done, but I didn't do it. I didn't
Hmm.
do it, and now I'm stuck. It was a very expensive education. But I still
Hmm.
got it.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from it, and I'm still
Hmm.
learning. I'm
Hmm.
not even always learning.
Hmm.
You know, but yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have taken advantage of that, but I didn't. So,
Hmm.
but we're
Yeah.
gonna keep on rolling with it, and see what we get out of it, and you know, if I have to sell it and take a loss, well, that be it. But
Hmm.
it's very hard. I see a lot of YouTube that uh, you could make some money, and yeah, you can, but if you think you're gonna be chilling, nah, that ain't gonna work out.
Nah.
You gotta be grinding
Nah.
that,
You got to be
you know.
grinding, in today's times, in
Yeah,
comparison to back in the day. And when I'm saying back in the day, I'm talking about like 2010, because I started in
yeah, like
2010 too. It
exactly.
was a different
Not
ball
even
game
not
back
even
then.
back in the day, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
it's all different.
Yeah.
Everything's
It's
different.
different. It's tougher now.
And people don't.
Right.
You're right. People don't want to realize that it's
Yeah.
everything's changed.
Everything's changed. So um, the rates are the same, but the cost to operate have gone up. So
Ridiculous.
right.
Shoot,
So
man, ridiculous.
that's what's making it tough for people. And I try to explain it to them,
Yeah,
but they don't understand. A lot of these guys that are out here don't even know what it costs them to operate their truck. A lot of content creators don't really understand it either. That's why,
yeah, yeah.
you know, a lot of misinformation, um, I believe is being spread. And
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
most of the people just have a lack of understanding of cost. So
Right.
and I think that's just something that you need to understand in order to be successful in business. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know
Definitely.
i I don't know. It's tough. I understand it, and to be honest with you, I know people don't want to hear it. It's only going to get tougher.
No, no, no. Yeah, it is.
I
I
mean,
think it is.
me and you are the same age. I'll be 45 next week.
Yeah. I'm
And
40. I'm 46.
okay,
Yeah.
so in my years of just living life, and I say this all the time, I've never seen thing. I haven't seen things ever get better, and I'm not talking about like I'm not. I'm trying not to be negative, but I mean, if you look at things from cost of living to
Yeah, yeah.
even crime has gotten worse. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
you know, I think this time of where people are expecting trucking to go back to, I think those days are over. You have to look forward and you have to plan and you have to set your business up to compete and win
Right.
by one, keeping your costs low and having an understanding of cost, knowing your cost per mile,
Right. Right.
um, and things of that
Because
nature.
we
So,
don't realize it is like I was listening to somebody else or these
mhm,
other other channels I listen to, and
yeah.
like right now the price of like the groceries, right? And people
Mm-hmm.
think they're gonna go down. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of hard. The stores don't want to. They're the companies or stores, they already made a big change, and then to
Mm-hmm.
change again it's kind of hard. You know,
Yeah.
people think it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easy, but in like you just said a little while ago, we don't understand the backside of the other side. We just
Right.
see what we see at the moment, but we don't know
Mm-hmm.
the logistics of it. It's,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like a molder. You're molding a car.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take whoever to create another molder. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
take thousands of dollars. Is
Right.
that profitable for them at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna
Right.
want to do that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
even if rates in trucking go up, when you think about it like this, let's say they go up. Let's say we snap a finger and the rates go up. Who is that going to affect ultimately?
Ultimately, us.
Yeah. No, the consumer. Because if the
Well,
rates
yeah,
go
okay,
up
yeah. Well, that's
in
what I meant. The consumer.
right, so even if you make a higher rate, it's almost like cross cancellation because you're going to end up the extra money you're making, you're going to spend it at the
You're gonna
register.
right.
So
Exactly.
so you know the powers that be ultimately want to cut costs for the consumer, right? To
Yeah,
keep
you're
the
right.
economy flowing, you want people to spend money, and the cheaper goods are, the more money is spent, which means the more money that circulates into the economy. So everything before it gets to the shelf, wherever we can cut prior to getting to the shelf to keep those prices as low as possible, is what's going
Uh
to
huh.
happen. And it just so happens that trucking is one of them. Like a lot of people complain about the spot market, but you have to understand and do research on why things are the way they are, and it takes you back to 1980 with
Right. The
deregulation, right? The
right.
deregulation, because allowing independent owner operators to come onto the spot market and compete, the more competition, the lower the rates.
Right.
And since the pandemic, there's been an influx or an infusion of new carriers, and there's still a lot of carriers lingering over. See, what a lot of people don't understand is that even though a lot of people in trucking are failing, all right, that does not mean that they're leaving trucking. So, like for
Right. Yeah.
instance, for instance, you were once an owner operator. Your truck went down. So, what did you do? You went and got
I,
a job as a carrier at a company. The only way
right.
things are going to change is if when your truck went down, right, and you just left trucking
Completely.
altogether. You didn't leave
Right.
trucking. So the
No.
supply is still there. The supply just transferred from
Exactly.
an owner operator
To a
to a
driver.
small company, carry a driver for a small company. So that
Right. Yeah.
supply
Yeah.
didn't disappear from the industry. The supply is still
Right.
there.
It's still
So the
there. Yeah. Yeah.
competition is still there. And like
It's still there. Yeah.
I try to explain this to people, but then they just say, "Sure, oh well, we got to stop taking cheap freight." But they're not really looking at it. They're not looking at the math, right?
Yeah,
And it
yeah, yeah.
just, you know, when you look at it the right way, you'll kind of understand, and then you'll just do what's in your best interest. But everybody's just complaining instead of looking at it for what it is. The more competition, the lower the rates. Supply and demand. It just is what it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When the demand was high, the rates went up.
Right.
During the pandemic,
And now,
2020,
now
2021, the
it's not.
rates were sky high. Right. There's no
Oh
demand
yeah,
anymore.
definitely.
There's no
Boom, boom,
demand
boom.
anymore, but the supply increased significantly because a lot more people came in during that time period than normal.
Yeah.
And all that supply, a lot of that supply is still lingering. Yes, a lot of owner
Right,
operators
right,
fail, but they folded as into companies as company drivers. So that supply
right.
is still lingering.
It's still right. Instead of losing, you lost, a thousand owner operators, but they just switched over to a company. It didn't go
Exactly.
nowhere.
Exactly.
It
So now
didn't.
if they were
It's not
right,
like we're negative.
right, right.
Yeah, we might be negative in the owner operator, but we're in a plus or the same over here as
Mhm.
a company driver.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes,
So
sir.
so
Yeah, it's it's very tricky, but you know, we just gotta keep on doing what's best for us.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of like the roles kind of shifted because remember when like the owner operators back in the day were like the ones that were, you know, as far as what you do in the semi truck industry, the owner operators were the guys that were making all the big money, and then like the company drivers would look down on. It's like the roles have shifted. Like
Right,
the company
right, yeah, yeah,
drivers
yeah.
are the ones making the money now, and the owner
Making the
operators
money.
are complaining. So it's
Right,
kind of
yeah.
like the roles reversed. But
Oh yeah,
you know,
that's kind of messed up, but we'll see what. But for anybody out there, do your research. Know what you're gonna do before, because uh, once you're in it, and whatever happens, it's gonna happen, and that money flow, man, because it does take a toll on everything.
yep,
So, but yeah, man, appreciate your videos. To me, they're very informing. Yeah, I've learned. Like I said, I'm 46, and I learned some stuff. I'll be cracking up. I'll be laughing by myself over here
hmm
at these people. What you tell these cats, you know.
uh,
I've been wanting to watch that video, the little clip you just showed right now. That guy about the parking and all that. He
hmm
was he was talking. I saw like a preview. I think you had. What
hmm
date was that you put that out there?
about the parking.
Yeah, that dude right now. You put a little clip of a guy that
Oh,
was parked and
oh,
that he
on the
didn't set
semi
his
truck.
his brake. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a podcast we do. It's called The Wiseman. We did the first episode of season 3. You
Oh,
can watch
okay.
it. It's a 4-hour podcast. We did it the other day. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to check it out.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna check it out. Uh, I don't know what happened. I had got the notification, but I was busy and I missed it. But that one looked
Yeah,
real interesting.
yeah, that one was you know, that podcast, it's educational, but it's entertainment too. So it's kind of like edutainment. You know, you got to kind of keep people
Yeah.
engaged. So there's a lot of entertainment, but there's a lot of education. You just got to pull the education out of the entertainment. You gotta, you
Right.
know,
Right.
hide the candy. You gotta put the candy in the nugget or put the nugget in, or whatever the saying is. You kind of, you know,
Yeah.
so you know, people
Oh
got
yeah.
short
Yeah. Of
attention
course.
spans. People got short attention spans nowadays. So you can't do a podcast that's just straight education. You gotta kind of trick them with a little
Yeah.
entertainment
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
throw a little
Right.
education in there. So
There you
yeah,
go. There you go. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So. Yeah, but I put the link in the chat. Yeah, check it out when you get a chance.
You got it, but well, I'll probably be calling in, a little bit more often now that I know how to call in.
Yeah,
So
just check in with us from
maybe,
time to time.
yeah, I gotta see how to. I really don't want to, but I'll do it one time to it's out
What's
there. I don't know how to
okay?
do that at the moment.
You say you don't know how to do what? We lost you for a second.
To show my video, my to turn on my camera so I could
I
be
think your
seen.
camera's on. I think you're just in the dark driving, or maybe your
Ah,
camera
there
isn't
you.
on.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. We see you. Yeah, were you at a truck stop?
Nah, I'm on the road.
Oh, you're driving.
That's my
Okay.
sleeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
we
saw
see.
me or not.
Yeah, we saw you. We saw you. We saw you. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, just check in with us from time to time, man. We're here. We're not going nowhere.
Yes, sir. You
All
got
right,
it. Well,
man.
appreciate you.
Be safe out there, man.
Yes, sir. You too. Thanks.
All right. Later. What's up, Angel? Getting ready for your flex route? All right, man. Be safe out there, man. Get to that shmoney. Uh, Doc says any expectation that those will work to get these fake CDLs off the highway. I don't know about that. I don't know. Also, how would you invest 150,000 into the industry, into the trucking industry? Honestly, if you want to come into trucking, I would probably start small and work my way up. So I wouldn't even use all that 150. I'd use a small amount to come in, depending on how you're looking to get in. I don't know if you're looking to do a cargo van, a box truck, a semi truck, and I would sock the rest away, and utilize that as working capital. Or you got 150, you can go the investor route and just buy shares of the company. Amazon is a good stock. Amazon is a good stock to have. I got XPO. I got Amazon. You could buy some JB Hunt. You can buy some whatever publicly traded company shares you want to buy. So you could look at it from either way. You could invest um, into starting an actual business within logistics, or you can just invest into some companies that's already up and operational. Do it like that. At this point in my life, I would take the 150 and just invest into the companies, into some publicly traded companies already. Uh, hard to say. He don't want to shut anyone down. He just wants everyone to get their shit together for the betterment of the industry. Okay. All right. All right. Doc says, "What if his experience is in box truck?" Well, if you want to start a box truck business, you got a buck 50. I would go get a box truck, a very inexpensive box truck, something that's good quality, but not something that's really, really expensive. Probably around a $30,000 mark. You can find a level one for about $30,000. A nice truck. You take a mechanic with you to diagnose it. Obviously, get everything else, structure your business, get all your uh, everything you need to get your authority, get your DOT, MC active, your insurance, all that, and then sock the rest of the money away. Use some as working capital, invest the rest, and work really, 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 really hard. And that's what I would do. I would still try to be very frugal on how I come in. I try to come in with the lowest startup cost of entry, I should say, as possible. So Isaiah don't want y'all to come in. He want everybody to fail. Isaiah wants everybody to fail so that the supply can come down so that the rates can go up. But what Isaiah need to understand is that the more influencers that promote this freedom shit and be your own boss and da 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 this da 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 that, that'll never the supply is gonna continue to it's just not gonna go back to what it used to be. Every tax season, there's gonna be a bunch of new people coming in. There's a bunch of new people coming in now. Every year around this time, viewership goes up. Why? Because you got a bunch of people looking and researching to come in while they're waiting for their tax money. In March, that's when I start getting a bunch of people clicking the link, calling up on the call-in show, because now they done went out and bought the equipment and they stuck. They don't know what the hell to do. So now they start calling up. A lot of those classic clips that you guys see on my channel, like the 28-year-old and the $5,400 box truck rental, all those call-ins, even though I put those clips out later in the year, those shows were at the beginning of 2024. That $5,400 box truck rental guy, that call-in show, even though I put that clip out in September, the actual show was in March. The 28-year-old, that show was March of 2024. These were all tax people. And none of those people made it to the end of the year. When those clips came out, those people were done. The $5,400 guy, he was on his last leg when that clip came out. He's done now. He's out. Everything I told him what happened because they went about things the wrong way. So every year around this time, you're going to have people come in because don't nobody want to work. They want to be like the guy that we saw in the video earlier. They want this freedom, which, there's nothing wrong with it. Anybody want to start a business, great. But what people need to understand, like, I don't think he understands, because if he did, he wouldn't have used the verbiage that he used, is that this freedom that everybody is searching for when they start a business, it's not free. You have to buy it. You have to earn it. There's a cost to freedom. So when you start a business, to anybody that's watching, when you start a business, you are going to have to work, especially at the beginning. You start a business, no one knows your business exists. Just because you started don't mean people gonna come to it and patronize your business. You have to put yourself in front of people. You have to build a business. You have to build a foundation brick by brick. And it takes time. The freedom that you want, you can get, but it's going to take years of hard work of building it and earning it and buying that time back. You have to buy that time back. And that's the honest to God truth. When people say, like he said in the video, we want to make as much money as you want and then don't make no much money, that's not, to me, that's not something a business owner would say, because the whole purpose of starting a business is to make money. I don't understand why people say they want to make money, but then they don't want to make. Well, I make money when I want to make it, but then if I don't want to make it, I don't want. Listen, I want to make money every day, all day, 24 hours a day. You know why? Because the cost of living in 45 years, I've never seen the cost of living go the opposite way. I've always seen it go up. You will never hear me say, oh, don't want to make money. No, the object is to always make money. Period. Even when you get to a point of freedom, right? You should be at that point. That doesn't mean the money stop. Freedom means you figured out a way, you've earned enough money and you earned enough knowledge to know how to make money work for you. But in order to get the money working for you, you got to work for money. You got to get the money, which means you got to work for it, and then you make the money work for you. Money is a tool. people don't understand that. They look at this shit the wrong way. It's a tool. When people realize that shit, then they can have freedom. But it ain't free. People say, "Oh, Mark, okay, you at the crib, you at the crib, you at the crib." But guess what? There's still money coming in. Why? Because not having to get up and actually go do anything, it still costs to live. I still got mortgage. I still got bills. I still got a bunch of shit. I got a lot of bills. A lot. Right? So revenue still has to come in. The money is working. So even with freedom, you still have to have revenue coming in. You just freedom is getting to a point where your money is working for you instead of you working for money. That's freedom. If opportunity presents itself, then shit, yeah, get to it. I don't understand when people be saying this. I don't, I don't, I don't get it, bro. Uh, yeah. See, Isaiah want everybody to fail, so his carriers can get better rates, pretty much. But a lot of those guys that came in, Isaiah, to be honest with you, during the pandemic, a lot of them that failed as owner operators just transitioned into company drivers. So yeah, some of the supply is dissipated, but a lot of it is just lingering in the form of company drivers. So I don't know, Isaiah. I don't know what to tell you. You just gonna have to compete. You gonna have to just work harder. Gonna have to keep working harder to get those guys those good rates. But I don't see shit getting any better. To be honest with you. Um, all right. Any more questions? Let me see. Make sure I got them all. Keith, I feel you. Just be trying to get some real fun out with your page. Just need to tap in with my air and everything. I pick up game from you because you keep it real. Appreciate you for watching. Mark, there is currently an investigation happening at the Department of Labor and Stats. What they investigating? You saying they're investigating that department, or what's going on? Hey, Costas, it was wrecking my brain. It was wrecking my brain. But I remember something you told me when you first came up about, your family. And I ain't gonna get too in detail because I don't want people to kind of follow what I'm saying, but you'll know what I'm saying. And then I'm just gonna say the DMV, my license. And I'm like, man, where have I what's the connection? What's the connection? And then I realized it. And I'm gonna give you a clue. DMV. And just all you gotta do is say yes or no. All you, got, all you gotta say is yes or no, Casas. It's good to have people in high places, Costas. hey, hey, if I ever need a favor, if oh you don't hide it, oh I thought you hid it. All right, well, I just it just dawned on me. It just dawned on me. I knew it was something, but it dawned on me yesterday actually. So so yeah, next year I'm up for renewal, man. I don't want to wait in line when it's time to renew my license. It's- those lines be kind of long, be kind of long now, Costas, man. I don't got time to be waiting in no long line at the DMV. You said make an appointment. Oh man. Oh man. All right. Urban Lawyer says the company I pay for pays $2 a gallon for fuel because of the size of their fleet makes it hard to compete. Yeah, when you got a company with a big fleet, they get perks, they get discounts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Costa. I'm surprised you got your name as your screen name. You might want to do an alias or something. You might want to do a young alias. You might want to do an alias. All right, I think we got everything. Isaiah said, yeah, they have to be purchased in bulk. Yeah, they purchase in bulk if they getting $2 a gallon. Who you the company you work for it pays $2 a gallon. So they got their own tanks? Sound like they probably got their own tanks in the ground. They just order it by the barrel. They got their own tanks in the ground? Nah, Casa said I gotta make an appointment. I don't get no no preferential treatment. No preferential treatment. But if Costas is running his task force right, Isaiah, the numbers might be coming down in Illinois if he running it right. April coming up, so there's probably going to be a lot of sting operations coming up in the end of April, beginning of May here in Illinois. Target areas: Lincoln Park, Des Plaines, Elk Grove Village, Wooddale, all up and down Thorndale Road. Where else? Addison. What else? What else? Wooddale, Bensonville. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to talk to Romy Rome, man. He gonna have to get that ICC, man. He gonna have to get that ICC, man. I might have to tell him he gotta go ahead and stop playing and get one. And the funny thing is, he be right around there too. He be right around that area too. So yeah, you need to be careful. You wouldn't do that though, would you, Costas? If you saw him, you would do him like that. You would do him like that. But while we on that topic, um, I'm gonna say this. A lot of these guys that are running these gig apps, man, don't let these gig apps send you off either. You know, because especially if you're in a state that's regulated, like here, like that guy was saying in the video, he didn't understand why you need all that commercial insurance and shit like that. Listen, if you're running commercial freight and you're in a regulated state, then you got to have it regardless. The, the Fed might not regulate it on a federal level, but um if your state has state regulations uh for carriers, right? Then you have to abide by the state regulations. And if you're picking up freight, then you got to have certain things. You may have to have a state number. Here we have what's called Illinois Commerce Commission number. You're going to have commercial insurance. You're going to have to make sure you have your cab card. And if they catch you, the fines are high. They will confiscate your vehicle in some cases. If there's freight on the vehicle, the freight's going to go with it. And the process of getting your stuff back is going to be expensive. They're going to charge you fines of up to $100 per occurrence or $100 per day that you are operating without the proper authority. Uh, and these gig apps will totally send you off. They'll let you sign up and you'll run these loads right commercially. But then if you get pulled over by the proper authorities, which would be the whatever the administration that governs or regulates, trucking in your state, which is an administrative agency, and they have administrative police. Um, that whole, oh, I'm doing this for Dolly, or I'm doing this for Rhodey, or I'm doing this for Delivered, or I'm doing this for Curry, or I'm doing this for Freight. They're not gonna care about none of that. They're gonna say, who you doing it for? All right, here's your fine, and we're gonna send them a ticket in the mail, and that's how it works. Um, I talked to it. I remember some years ago. It's probably about 8 years ago. I talked to a the ICC personnel here, and this is when Dolly was on the come up because Dolly is actually uh from Chicago. It originated here in Chicago. Uh, and I remember when they were in the early phases, and this was the first market they did it in. And I remember they used a lot of their first series round funding, series round A funding on marketing. They spent $1 million just in marketing here in the city of Chicago. Costas, I don't know if you remember, and I don't know. I know Isaiah. I don't know when you were in Chicago, but like they were wrapping the CTA buses. They had the billboards all in on the L. They were wrapping the benches at the bus stop. They spent a lot of money in marketing, and a lot of that money went to the city of Chicago Transit Authority because that's what they were using. Um, they were wrapping trains. Um, and I remember asking one of the ICC personnel, about the apps, and did that require you, because it was still early on, still have to have the ICC? And they said, yeah. And they said, we've already fined and ticketed a bunch of people we've caught working off this app. And they were like, we've sent Dolly plenty of fines. If we catch someone doing a Dolly, we fine them and or confiscate the vehicle. And then we send Dolly a fine as well. So, uh, you know, you said they are a joke, but it's a money grab. It's a money grab, Costas. So You got your cherry pop. I got my cherry pop too back in the day before I got licensed. I got my cherry pop in Schaumburg back in 2012. Yep. On a one-way dead end street. Um, yep. But uh, yeah. But it's just a money grab. Um, but they do regulate. They regulate more than trucking. They also regulate the trains. They regulate I think aviation. I think the gas company, electric company. They it's other industries that they regulate. So yeah, if it's a commercial vehicle and they catch you doing commercial work, yeah, they can um, ticket you, fine you, and seize the equipment. They do it all the time. They just had a sting last Sunday. What was it? There was like 24 vehicles they took Sunday. I think it was like 8 box trucks and 16 cargo vans, or 16 box trucks and 8 cargo vans. It was one of the two. It was like 24 vehicles though. So 24 impounded. 24 impounded. So a mixture of box trucks and cargo vans. So for you said some of them were rentals too. When the apps came, there was no way rules in place to govern them. They are and stuff. Well, they'll ticket you though, Costas, if you run in the apps and they catch you, and you ain't got a number, they'll take it because it's still commercial freight. Shit, but GoShare they give you a bill. GoShare give you a BOL. So shit, even in the car here though, Costas, like look at Reliable Express. They do pharmaceutical and they do small package messenger service from even Chicago Messenger back in the day. Reliable. Still, you'll see cars here, like regular cars that I have a magnet on the side of it and they'll say Reliable Express. And it'll have just the IC. It won't have a DOT or MC, but it'll have an ICC number. So even in the car, you gotta have it. So so I don't know. It's messed up that happened to these people the other day, but I tell people all the time, but people don't listen, so it is what it is. Hopefully they get they shit back. Hopefully they get their vehicles back, but listen, that within itself is a task. Getting your shit back from any government agency here, whether it be the state, the city, the Illinois Commerce Commission, whoever, it's going to be a feat and it's going to be expensive. So it's best to just have what you need so you don't have to worry about that shit. All right? Cool. You said that's not ignorance, that's greed. Well, here's the thing. You got to know where you live. I live in Chicago, Cook County, or as some call it, Crook County. We live in, Costas, myself, one of the most corrupt cities in America. So, you got to understand where you live at. So, yeah, it's a money grab. It's just what it is. You know better, you do better. So, you got to know that um these agencies and these municipalities are always going to be on the hook for money. So just is what it is. You got to make sure all your ducks is in a row. Oh, see, you live in Philly, so you understand. So like the city of Chicago ain't really tripping on shit like that. They don't give a care about nothing. You could be an unlicensed migrant in a goddamn box truck. They wouldn't care. It's to the point the state police don't care now. If you in the inner city Chicago and you on the highway, the state police ain't doing state police shit. State police now that are working the inner city expressways, they doing car chases all day. They doing car chases. Like our state police cars have transitioned. They got the crash bars on the front of them now. Hey, our state police didn't have crash bars. They got crash bars because all they doing is car chases now. Now, when you get out to those rural areas, then yeah, they'll be on that. But the ones that's in the inner city ain't tripping on that. But those agencies like the ICC, where crime isn't their thing, or the ICC police, because it's an administrative agency and they have their own police, their sole purpose is to look for, you know, unlicensed movers, or look at box trucks that got, Illinois plates that obviously are registered out of Illinois that don't have an ICC number. They just have a DOT or MC number. Stop them, pull them over, ticket them, fine them, and or ticket and fine them, and seize the vehicle if you know, if there's issues that require them to take the vehicle at that point. Um, but yeah, I mean, you're in Philly, so you kind of understand how these big cities work. It's all about paper, all about money. So Costas, what were they doing there? What were they picking up that they got seized? And what app are they running for that they don't have the proper uh credentials? What were they there to pick up? Like I don't understand, like how are they getting by without having the proper credentials? What were they there to pick up? Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. I want to hear what Costas, because I wanted to ask you this the other day. What were they picking up? Oh, they were running on the least on. They were running on the least on carrier. What was the carrier? Can you tell us what the carrier was? What was the carrier? Costas, can you tell us? I'm curious. Inquiring minds want to know. And then I'm gonna get out of here. What was the carrier, Costas? You said not until Tuesday. After the write up, multiple carriers, many app carriers. I thought you said they wasn't running off an app. Uh, Most of them, let me see. Not gig apps. Maybe even Monday, not to Tuesday after the write up. Multiple carriers, many app carriers, maybe even by Monday. Not gig apps. So they were running under a leased on carrier. the carrier was not adding them to their insurance nor requesting them to have their own insurance policy. Wow. Wow. So what's the requirements for them to get their vans and trucks back? So this is with so this was a state operation, Costas, or this was a Secretary of State operation? Well, who authorized that operation? What was the agency that it was a state? Was it a IDOT? Hmm. And was it a sting operation, or it just happened to be a bunch of people just came through there that day and didn't have what they were supposed to have? Oh, it's a blitz. All right, yeah, I figured it was a sting. I figured it was a sting. Let me see. Blitz is subscribe. All right, all right. This guy's still alive. All right, you guys. My time is here. I did 2.5 hours. Appreciate you guys. Monday, we got the Wiseman, I guess, coming up. Um, Other than that, I got Axel sent me this guy who was taken advantage of by a carrier, and he wants to kind of come on to out the carrier, the lady, and the company because he never got paid. So I'm still vetting this guy behind the scenes, and if I decide to allow him to come on, then we'll probably do that Sunday, and then I got some more shows I got coming up, either over the weekend and next week. So until then, appreciate you guys. You guys be safe out there. Have a productive day. Be safe on the road. Until next time, guys. Thank you. Peace.